I'm going to take this into this. These are going to fit on here basically like this. Screws into the side of the radio where the mobile mounting bracket would normally go. Sits like that, right about there. Actually, it's got these itty-bitty holes in the cage that fit on top of these screws on the side of the radio. I guess you could probably take those off. I'm not sure if you mount it with these or mount it with these. You could do it either way, I suppose. Kind of sits up a little bit off that, but you'll see it's got space to leave the feet on the radio and the crossbar. A couple of these Armoloq cages I've got for various radios, you had to take the crossbar off the bottom to get the cage to fit, which is okay if you're putting this in a man pack or whatever. It's not going to be a big deal, but on this one you don't have to do that, so you can leave the crossbar and let it sit on the table if you want to. You can see how far it comes out of the back of the radio and the front of the radio, so it protects the front, the screen, the buttons, everything on the side as well. And it comes with this RFI relocation kit. So this plugs into the back of the radio with the SO239 and routes up to the top with this TNC to BNC like that. So you can plug in your BNC coax if you want to. They include a patch with everything. That's always fun. Mounting hardware for that. This is a relocation kit for the external speaker. This is for the USB port, still USB-B. I'd like to see this get converted to like USB-C or something, but they have a USB-B port on there. That's okay. I carry a USB-B cable with this thing anyway because I'm plugging in and doing FT8 on it all the time. So relocation for that, and then relocation for the data cable as well, in case you want to plug something into that 6-pin connector, it looks like it is. Yeah, 6-pin connector that's in the back of the radio. So when it's all said and done, as I'll show you here in a minute, all of your ports and everything will be on the top, and you'll be able to drop this down into a bag and plug everything in from the top, and that's what we're going to do. All complete, got it all put together. I ended up taking the screws out of the side and using these instead of those. That came with 8 of these screws, 4 on this side, 4 on the other side. These are those Allen-headed screws. I think it's a number 10, like A10 or C10, whatever it is. It's a T10 and Torx head screw, but I don't remember what the Allen screw equivalent is. But those tighten down really good. So you take the 4 screws on either side out of the cover, and you want to save those. So I've saved those in a little bag right here, because if I ever want to take this off and sell that radio, which I can't imagine I'd ever want to do, I have the screws to go back in the cover there. So that's the bottom there. We can pull out the kickstand and set it down easily. If you want to set it on the table, pull it out of the bag you have it in. The guys at Armoloq were gracious enough to send me this cage. This cage will be debuting at Orlando Hamcation of 2025. So they sent this to me, I don't know, a few weeks ago, because I was asking him about this at the Huntsville Hamfest in 2024, which is August of 2024. And they said, you know, you're like the 4th person to ask us about that today. This is what you get when you have dogs all over the place. And I said, well, if you recall correctly, I've emailed you about that several times. He goes, yes, you're probably one of the ones we're thinking of, but they got enough requests for an FTDX10 cage that they finally made one. And like I said, they're debuting it at the Hamcation, which is only like 2 weeks away at the time of this recording. So they sent this to me and they said, hey, we want you to make a video. We're going to send you all the accessories and we want you to debut it before Hamcation. I said, no problem. That's absolutely no problem at all. So special shout out to them. Thank you for sending this to me. I'll put a link to it and everything in the description below. So this is your relocation port for the external speaker and for the USB-B port that's on the back. That's a USB-B on the back of the radio. They just extended it there, made it USB-B there too, be able to plug cables in that way. This is obviously the antenna port with the little TNC connector on it. Now they sell, and I'm surprised I didn't get this, they sell a little holding device that you can put down here or something, and you can kind of snap that in here if you don't want to use the BNC adapter, and you can hold that. But I don't have any antennas or coax with a TNC connector, so I'm going to put this back on and just leave it there for the BNC. I might get an adapter for it later. What I didn't show you in the beginning was this guy right here, which is a power pole holder. So I'll probably get another cable to come out of the back of the power of the radio here, run it up here, and put power poles there. That way when it's in this bag that I'm going to put it in right there, I can just stick my battery cable right down in there, plug it in. And then it comes with this data port that plugs into the data RTTY port in the back of the radio. This port right here. I have never used that port. For everything for data that I ever use is out of this USB port right here. So I've never used this port. This is not a cable I would buy myself, and I might end up taking it off there because I don't really have a need for it. But they sent it to me. I wanted to put it on there just to let you guys see what it looked like. There's that right there. And now what it'll do is it'll go down inside of this. This is the Eberly Stock Forward Aviation Communication Bag. I don't remember. It's called a FAC bag, F-A-C bag. I don't remember what FAC means. But this is a excellent, excellent bag. A lot of military guys, well, maybe military guys, but people who play military at least. A lot of guys carry that for communications in the field. That bag is made to hold a radio. It's a huge bag, and everything I have from Eberly Stock is fantastic. It's very high quality material. It's well built. It's got the shoulder strap on it. It's got the leveling, or the hold down the shoulder. I always forget the name of those things. These are the things that leveling straps is what I call them. You pull them up on your shoulder so it sits higher up on your shoulder rather than riding down at the small of your back. And then it's got the waist strap there as well. So we're going to put all that together. Straps inside that'll hold the radio down. Be able to strap the Armoloq cage down here, and it'll sit right there in the bottom. Put some extra stuff in here. This gets zipped up over the top of that, and then you'll be able to access the radio from the top right there. So we're going to take a look at that here in just a second. Okay, it is in the bag, and there's a ton of more room in that bag after putting the radio in it. Plenty of pockets here. Extra stuff. This top opens up, and this whole top has a whole top flap here where you can access the radio like that from the top there. Then if you close that, and you can put some, well, I guess you could put some Molly stuff on that if you wanted to. Let's turn this around when the sun's behind me. Put some Molly stuff on there if you wanted to. Plenty of room back here behind the radio. There's even pockets back here. Put stuff behind the radio. The radio's strapped down really tight. These straps are really tight. In fact, that's the end of the strap there. If that radio was any bigger, it probably wouldn't fit in there. So now we put this back just like that. The opening of the bag is there like that. We can take it like that, set it down on the table or next to the table or in the field on the ground, plug the stuff into it and go to town. Basically a rucksack here. Strap down and go hiking for, I'm not sure you'd want to take this sucker soda hiking, but you could totally take it out to a POTA, and it's actually not that heavy right now. Now, the only thing in it's the Armoloq cage is the radio. I don't know how heavy it is. I'd have to guess 5 or 6 pounds, something like that. It's not heavy at all right now, but it will hold a lot of stuff. So once I fill this bag up, this is not going to be the 1 pound POTA challenge. Check out Armoloq's booth at Orlando Hamcation. It's the first time they're there. 2025 is the first time they've attended Hamcation. Tell them you saw this cage on my video, and you guys go check out their really cool products. Once again, shout out to them, and thanks for sending this to me. I'm looking forward to using it. Going to probably use it during the POTA event at Hamcation, the Thursday before Hamcation, so check that out as well. 73.